Welcome to Founders in Flow, the podcast where two seasoned entrepreneurs, Neil and Ijlal, dive into real conversations about what it takes to build, grow, and scale an online business. Let's get into the flow.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Founders in Flow. I'm your host Neil Napier, and today we're diving into a topic that is often whispered about but rarely addressed head-on: creator burnout. It's something that creeps up on many digital entrepreneurs, often too late to tackle effectively. I'm super excited to have Ijlal Ahmed with us, an entrepreneur who has experienced the highs and lows of the digital world. Welcome, Ijlal.
Hey Neil, thanks for having me. It's a topic that's definitely close to my heart, having felt the sting of burnout more than once.
Absolutely, Ijlal. I think the last time we touched on the pressure of constant digital innovation, but never really deep dived into the personal side of it, like how it affects us mentally and physically. So today, let's peel back those layers. To kick us off, could you share a bit about your journey and how burnout has affected you personally as a founder?
Sure thing, Neil. Honestly, my journey with burnout began a few years ago while I was intensely scaling Content Gorilla. It was one of those classic scenarios where you're hustling 24/7. I thought I was immune because passion fuels you, right? But then you hit that invisible wall. For me, it started with small things like constantly feeling tired despite getting sleep, or finding it hard to focus even on things I love doing.
Those sound like familiar warning signs. It's intriguing because in the startup world, there's often this badge of honor associated with working hard until exhaustion. So when did you realize it was burnout and that a change was necessary?
Neil, for me, it clicked one morning when I was supposed to be excited about a product launch, but the thought of opening my laptop made me anxious instead. I realized that's not normal for someone who genuinely loves what they do. That's when I knew I needed to reassess my work-life balance. It wasn't just about working less, but working smarter.
That resonates a lot, Ijlal. I think for many founders, that self-realization phase itself is a breakthrough moment. What steps did you take to counteract the burnout and regain your energy and enthusiasm?
The first thing I did was to incorporate structured breaks into my schedule. I started following the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focused work followed by a 5-minute break. It sounds simple, but it was a game changer. Another crucial change was setting non-negotiable boundaries. For example, after 7 p.m., I stopped checking work emails or messages no matter what.
Quick break from today's episode, but this is really exciting. If you've been enjoying this podcast so far, here's a little secret. We didn't write or speak a single word of it ourselves. Every episode of Founders in Flow is created using a tool we're building called PodGorilla, and it's about to change the way podcasts are made. PodGorilla lets you generate an entire podcast episode, from the topic to the script to the voiceover, using nothing but AI. You can pull inspiration from YouTube videos, PDFs, or even just drop in your own ideas. Then it gives you a complete, ready-to-publish audio episode in your voice. All you need to do is hit generate and let the tool do the work. And right now, we're opening up early access. If you want to be one of the first people to try PodGorilla before anyone else and see how we're using it behind the scenes, just head over to podgorilla.co and join the waitlist. That's podgorilla.co. The future of podcasting is just one click away. Now, back to the episode.
Boundaries, exactly. It's such an empowering yet often overlooked practice. I made a similar shift too, and it has made all the difference in maintaining my productivity without the accompanying stress. Have you found any strategies particularly effective in reclaiming your creative flow?
Yeah, getting back to the gym regularly was huge. It wasn't just about physical health, but also mental clarity. Stepping away from the screen and focusing on something entirely different resets your brain in this incredible way. Plus, it makes you realize the importance of stepping away.
I couldn't agree more. Exercise has this wonderful way of being an antidote to stress. And you also mentioned the gym forms a big part of your philosophy with Rebel Nation Coach, right?
Absolutely. At Rebel Nation Coach, we focus on integrating health and entrepreneurship. The mindset and discipline you build at the gym translates so well into business. It's about sustained effort and the process itself rather than the instant wins, which is directly applicable to handling burnout.
Such a powerful synergy. You know, looking back at my journey, one of the things that held me back was the myth of missing out. I used to think if I took a break, I'd miss the next big thing. But reality paints a different picture. Ijlal, from your interactions with other entrepreneurs, do you find this myth prevalent?
Oh, absolutely, Neil. Fear of missing out is almost ingrained in entrepreneurial culture. Many think that if they pause, the world will outpace them, but really it's about finding that balance between hustle and health, allowing ourselves to step back and gain perspective, which often leads us to see opportunities we might miss otherwise.
Indeed, that's a vital insight. Balancing perspective with innovation can often bring fresh ideas. Speaking of fresh ideas, what advice would you give to creators who are just beginning their journey and want to avoid the burnout trap?
First thing I'd say is to prioritize clarity over quantity. Instead of juggling 10 different projects, focus on doing a few things really well. Another thing is to build a support system, a network of fellow entrepreneurs who understand the journey. Lastly, don't shy away from taking tech-free days. Resetting is crucial even in a digital world.
Those are fantastic pieces of advice. I think we need to champion the notion that simplicity often supersedes complexity. Sometimes fewer paths lead to higher destinations. Thank you, Ijlal, for sharing your journey and practical advice. It's been an enlightening conversation.
Thank you, Neil, for having me. Sharing what I've learned and giving back is always a fulfilling experience. And I hope this discussion helps others on their path to managing and overcoming burnout.
For everyone listening, I hope you found today's episode as valuable as I have. Remember, creator burnout is real, but with the right strategies, it's something we can overcome to keep our entrepreneurial spirit thriving. Until next time, keep pushing forward and stay in the flow.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Founders in Flow with Neil and Ijlal. If you found value in today's conversation, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. We drop new insights regularly, all focused on helping you grow faster, market smarter, and make more money online. Until next time, stay consistent, keep learning, and keep building.